We are at the Fort Peck Reservoir campsite, one of several. This one's a free 14-day stay. And this is the Fort Peck Lake Reservoir. You can see it's pretty low. Many lakes are low throughout the West. This thing is huge. And around the corner there, between that far piece of land, the inlet goes to where a earthen dam is, and the turbines in that for power for the area. But dogs love it. This place is absolutely overrun with grasshoppers and biting black flies right now. This is mid-July, but hopefully it's going to cool off here. It's been sweltering, it's supposed to get up to the low 90s, then drop down to the high 80s. But the sweltering heat and the smoke from the Canadian wildfires is not making for the best camping weather, but we're doing okay. Sarah does not like boats for some reason. She started barking at them like they're coming into her territory. What's wrong, Sarah? You don't like boats? Huh? You crazy dog. Well, still arriving in the afternoon. When we did, it was still hot and sweaty and miserable. So we just decided to stay there, chill out, and wait till the next morning to go explore anything. The next morning was much nicer. We got up, packed up, and went down to the visitor center and where the next dinosaur exhibit was going to be. We got there and were shocked to find out that the place, a hydroelectric dam office, was closed due to a power outage. We looked through the front glass doors and saw a huge Tyrannosaurus Rex as a center figure of the museum there. To see what we could of the exhibit, we walked around to the back of it and gazed into the huge glass windows to look at the centerpiece dinosaur. It looked impressive, and I only wish we could have gotten in and seen the rest of the museum. But it's hit and miss on these trips. You never know. I then walked down to the embankment, looking over the lower lake, and looking beyond that towards the power lines on the hill. I knew that behind that enormous earthen bluff held back the entire Fort Peck Reservoir. Here's a placard with information on the hydroelectric plant here. With that being a bust, we took off and headed to Glendive to our next dinosaur rendezvous at the Makashika Dinosaur Museum and State Park. Okay, we just got out of the visitor center where the dinosaur exhibit was for this area. It was the smallest exhibit I'd seen, and with nothing new, I didn't show it. Now we're going to go up and find our camp spot. This will give you some idea what the state park looks like. It's this one little area that has all these colorful mountains and gullies. It reminds me a lot of what I've seen in eastern Oregon and also down in northern Arizona. We got our campsite here in the state park. We're here for 3 nights to rest. It's just muggy as all get out, and I'm just getting tired of wearing sweaty clothes all the time. No matter if I take a shower, I'm all pitted out within an hour. It's so darn humid. I'm just not used to this weather. Anyway, let's look around here where we're at. This will give you an idea of the area that the state park's in. It was one heck of a long drive from Fort Peck to Glendive here, and you go through a lot of strange grounds. It kind of reminds me of the Badlands of North Dakota, or maybe sections of Arizona, places like that, even Oregon. we have land masses that look just like this. This is a different view of the campgrounds here. Some campsites, they're all reserved. People are coming. They just haven't showed up yet. And you look up, the road continues way up into those hills and over the ridge. Here we have a teepee, and I think that's supposed to be a sheep herder's wagon. And we have a few other campsites here, extra bathrooms. Trails all over this area, everywhere, all through these hills. That wind feels good. Oh, I better be careful. I just noticed there's cactus here. First cactus I've seen. Yeah, it's growing all over this little hill here. There's some hiding over there. So I guess it really is dry up here. Here's the kiosk here with all the information about camping costs, trails, and information having to do with the park area. Yep, this area, the geology of it reminds me of many other places in other states I've visited that have similar, if not identical, land masses, ground formations, colorations, and sedimentation. Well, hello again. You're going to have to forgive me for my look. Right now we're killing a whole bunch of flies in here, and I'm trying to mop up the sweat from this constant perspiration from the humidity around here. It's just terrible. Even the dogs are too hot, and they don't feel like eating or doing anything, just laying down. So we took showers at the last place we stayed at. They had the water sprinklers going, so I got the dogs soaked down. And it feels good for a while, but then you're right back to sweating. Anyway, the plan is hang out here for a couple nights. I'm going to catch up on some videos I'm working on. And then we're going to go down south to some place called Ekaleka and see a really nice, supposedly, a dinosaur museum down there. And then after that, we're heading back west, heading back home in that direction to hit some other museums and such on the way back home. So keep watching. It's not over yet. Hope you guys are enjoying the video series. And like I say, hey, this is the way it is when you're on the road. Hit and miss. Some of these places are closed due to such things as power outages or just unknown reasons. And the others that are open, we try to make the best of it. So, keep watching and catch you later.